Hey, how's it guys? In this tutorial, we'll learn how to send an email in Outlook with Microsoft Graph API in Python. Alright, so from one of my previous video, I covered how to get started with using Microsoft Graph API in Python. So I'm going to dive right into the Python script. Alright, so to send an email using Microsoft Graph API, we'll be using the message resource type. Now here in my Python script, I'm going to import the library first. And the first one is going to be the requests library, which we're going to use to make the API code. And from the MS Graph module, I'm going to import the generate access token function and the Graph API endpoint constant. And you can download the source code to this MS Graph module from the link in the description below. Alright, so first we need to create the access token. And to do that, we need to first of all provide the app ID, followed by the permission scope. And this one should be mail.send. Then we use the generate access token function to generate the access key. And here we need to provide the app ID and the permission scope to indicate that what type of permission that I want to provide to the app. Then we can construct the headers. Now in terms of the endpoints, so there are two endpoints that we can use. So if I send an email from your own email box, then you can use this URL to serve as the endpoint. And the endpoint address is going to be the base URL, followed by me, followed by send mail. So me represent your email inbox. Now if I'm using a shared email inbox, in that case, you want to use user, followed by the email address. Now when we send an email, we need to provide a list of information, such as who is going to be the recipient, what's the email subject, the email body, the importance, and so on. And you can find all the fields from message resource type reference page, which I'll link the link in the description below. Right, so if I scroll down all the way to properties, so all these are the fields that we can attach to our email body object. But some of them are read-only. Just make sure that you read the description first. I'm going to include the recipient's email address. So I'm going to send an email to my other email box. But first we need to construct a request body object. And this object is going to construct the email message information. Now let's look at this object real quick. Right, so first we need to insert a message field. And it's going to be the key field. And followed by the email properties. So here I'm using this to recipients field to indicate that what emails I'm going to send to. And because you can send an email to multiple people, so this is going to be a list. Inside this list, we're going to construct each email address as a single dictionary object. Inside the dictionary, we have email address, followed by the address, which is going to be the actual email address, followed by the name that how you want to adjust to this person. Then we have the email subject, the email body. And here we can specify if we want to construct the email body as a regular text or HTML. Then you'll write the email body message. And I'm putting importance in there just for demonstration purpose. And once I construct the request body object, I can now make the request code. So from requests.post, I want to provide the API endpoint, the headers, and the request body to the JSON parameter. And I'll name the output as response. Now here I'm going to print just the status code. So when we make the post request, in this case, it's not going to return anything from the email itself. It will simply return the API code status. Right, so if I go ahead and press F5 to run the script, now it's going to ask me to provide the verification code. And click on next. Now choose the email account that you want to use to send the email message. Now on this page, we need to grant access to the app. So simply click on yes. And once you see this message, all done, then that means that we have successfully sent the email. Now if I go into my email box, and here's the email message that I sent using Microsoft Graph API. So this is going to be everything I'm going to cover in this video, and hopefully you guys find this video useful. And feel free to post your question or your feedback in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.